What can I give to make your day? Let me send some good vibes your way. Dunkin Donuts, for every bite that fills the soul. Dunkin Donuts, tender goodness that makes us whole. There's always more to love for the young and young at heart. It's where love starts.
Dunkin Donuts, pasalubong ng bayan.
Hello everyone, we are from Group 5. We will present to all of you about corporate strategic management of Dunkin Brands Group. I am Norli Amira binti Sulaiman with my team members Nurul Alia binti Johan, Rukayah binti Bahari and Nurul Huda Shakira binti Muhammad Razi Cham. First, we will explain to you about the introduction of Dunkin Brands Group.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Ali binti Johan. So I'm going to tell you about the introduction of the Dunkin Brands Group. So first of all, I will explain about the background of the company. Dunkin Brands is one of the world's leading quick service franchisors with more than 21,000 distribution points in over 60 countries, serving hot and cold coffee and baked food and hard serving ice cream. Dunkin Brands is the parent company of two of the most famous and loved brands worldwide, which is the Baskin Robbins, the most important specialty ice cream chain in the world, coffee and baked goods everyday store. Dunkin is famous for a combination of high quality coffees, espresso beverages, baked goods and breakfast sandwiches served all day with fast and friendly service. And founded in Quincy in 1950. The ice cream varied 31 flavors along with the brand's creative ice cream cakes, milkshakes and ice cream sundaes, made Baskin Robbins in California in 1945. It is an iconic variety. The 100% franchisee business model of Dunkin Brands currently includes more than 12,900 Dunkin and 8,000 Baskin Robbins. So the nature of business of the Dunkin Brands Group is the Dunkin Donuts, Baskin Robbins and franchising. As a chain of restaurant, Dunkin Donut is operating and provides warm and cold coffee, cooking and ice cream. It serves customers throughout the world. In 1950, Bill Rosenberg established his first Dunkin Donuts restaurant in Quincy in order to quickly and courteously make and serve the most delicious coffee.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Rukayah binti Bahari. I will present about the Dunkin Brand Group. For their vision and mission, Dunkin vision is to be known as a company that exhibits social responsibility along with the responsibility to service guests, franchise, employees, community, business partner and the interests of the planet. For their mission, they are divided into 4, which is people, guests, neighborhood and planet. The first mission is people. From their employees are franchised to the farmer who grow their coffee. They believe in treating everyone with respect and fairness so they can empower to reach their goal. Second, guests. They are patient about offering their guests a delicious product they will enjoy, giving them plenty of menu options and providing accurate nutrition information so they can make the best choice for themselves. Neighborhood. They are dedicated to serving the basic needs of their local community, from providing food for the hungry and support for children's health and wellness, to ensuring their neighborhood are safe and secure. Last but not least is planet. They recognize that everything they do has an impact on the environment, from the material they use to the way they construct and operate store. Dunkin are committed to adopting better, more sustainable approach whenever possible.
SWOT analysis. What is SWOT analysis? SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, And so, a SWOT analysis is a technique for assessing these four aspects in business. External factor evaluation and internal factor evaluation metrics are used to summarize the information gained from companies' external and internal environment analysis. The summarized information is evaluated and used for further purposes such as to build SWOT analysis. What do you understand about strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in a business? Strengths can be understood by referring to, for examples, what do you do well? What unique resources can you draw on? And what do others see as your strength? For weaknesses, what could you improve? Where do you have fewer resources than others? What are others likely to see as weaknesses? Opportunities, what opportunities are open to you? What trends could you take advantage of? And how can you turn your strengths into opportunities? And lastly, threats. What threats could harm you? What is your competition doing? And what threats do your weaknesses expose to you? SWOT external analysis. External factor evaluation metrics are used to identify the key external opportunities and threats that are affecting or might affect a company. Opportunities are the chances that exist in the external environment. It depends from whether the firm is willing to exploit the opportunities or maybe they ignore the opportunities due to lack of resources. Threats are always evil for the firm. Minimum number of threats in the external environment open many doors for the firm. Maximum number of threats for the firm reduce their power in the industry. The ratings in external metrics refer to how effectively companies' current strategy responds to the opportunities and threats. The numbers range from 4 to 1, where 4 means a superior response, 3 above average response, 2 average response, and 1 poor response. Ratings as well as weights are assigned subjectively to each factor. This is the example of external factor evaluation matrix for Dunkin Brands Group. I will briefly explain any three opportunities from external factor evaluation matrix of Dunkin Brands Group. So, for the first opportunities mentioned above, consumers are becoming more health conscious. Consumer behavior has changed and is now leaning towards consuming healthy options. The biggest two items to hit the Dunkin' Donuts Smart menu are the sliced turkey breast sandwich and the whole wheat bagel. The former is 310 calories and has 16 grains of whole grain. These stats should attract more health-conscious consumers, assuming Dunkin' Donuts markets it correctly. So the second opportunities is technology is becoming more advanced in terms of food preparation, marketing, packaging, innovations, and so much more. Technology is more accessible now to companies who wanted to develop their products, packaging, and services. Consumers are seeking new levels of transparency around the ingredients in their food and the manner in which those ingredients are sourced. In Baskin-Brand's 2012 report, they set some ambitious goals for Baskin-Robbins Pink Spoon and Dunkin' Donuts Foam Cup, two iconic symbols of their brands. They are pleased that they are able to begin transitioning the spoons in US Baskin-Robbins restaurants to a fifth plastic type, which is polypropylene plastic. The third opportunities from external factor evaluation metrics mentioned above is customer crave convenience. Dunkin' announced a multi-year deal with Cardfree, a leading mobile wallet provider to large merchants. This secured a perpetual license to the software used to build and operate the mobile ordering and payment platform at Dunkin'. The deal would give it greater control over the operation of the technology, enabling its mobile payments and on-the-go mobile ordering through its app. It will also support the development of future initiatives, including catering, delivery, and curbside pickup. Dunkin's convenience strategy has several facets. Through mid-June 2018, its total portfolio of consumer packaged goods products across Dunkin and Baskin-Robbins delivered more than $400 million in retail sales, including more than $70 million in ready-to-drink bottled iced coffee. Dunkin' Donuts key cups grew more than 20%. Now, I will briefly explain the threats from external factor evaluation metrics of Dunkin' Brands Group. First threat is more competition in the breakfast category. Currently, competition in the breakfast industry is very tight. However, Dunkin' has come up with a way where Dunkin' unveiled its first national value platform in company history. Dunkin' Go-To's lived throughout the entire quarter, delivered stellar breakfast sandwich results, among other positives. Go-To's launched April 2, 2018, and allowed guests to pick from among three of the brand's most popular breakfast sandwiches and purchase two of their go-to favorites. Average checks for the menu hovered around $8 to $9. Second threats, which is many mom and pop stores can open anytime, promising cheaper product offerings because they don't have to pay franchise fees and royalties. Mom and pop donut shops not really a dominant rival. However, there are thousands of mom and pop donut and specialty shops worldwide eating a portion of the market. Besides, mom and pop donut shops always have fresh donuts, and it keeps customers interested in the freshness of the newly made donut. Next, the last threat is the quick service restaurant segment is highly competitive and competition could lower revenues. Tim Hortons is Canada's leading quick service restaurant brand, having more than 4,250 coffee and donut shops across the country and in several US states. If Baskin are unable to maintain their competitive position, Dunkin could experience lower demand for products, downward pressure on prices, the loss of market share, and the inability to attract or loss of qualified franchisees, which could result in lower franchise fees and royalty income, and materially and adversely affect their business and operating results.
Analyzing SWOT using Internal Factor Evaluation (IFE) metrics. IFE is a strength and weaknesses that are used as the key internal factor in the evaluation. Strength, what the business does well and what helped the business move forward. Weaknesses, there is a need of improvement or slow in progress. Dunkin Brand Group Internal Factor Evaluation (IFE) metrics. The number range from 4 to 1. 4 is a major strength, 3 minor strength, 2 minor weaknesses, 1 major weaknesses. Dunkin Brand Group IFE score is 2.44, which indicate that the company is weak against its competitor. It means that the company's strategy are neither effective nor ineffective in exploiting opportunities or defending against threat. The company should improve its strategy and focus more on how to take advantage of the opportunity. According to IFE metrics, there are few strengths. First, Dunkin brand is one of the largest franchise of QSR and has a global reach and accessibility, considering the presence of 11,300 Dunkin and 7,000 Baskin-Robbins restaurants across the world, and considered as a speed leader in QSR. With more than 21,000 points of distribution in more than 60 countries, Dunkin brand is one of the world-leading franchise of quick service restaurants serving hot and cool coffee, baked goods, as well as serve ice cream. Headquartered out of Canaan, Mexico's Dunkin brand has expanded to more than 18,800 outlets in nearly 60 countries around the globe in its 65 years of operation, establishing itself as one of the world's leading baked goods and coffee chain. At the conclusion of 2014, The company nearly 100% franchise business model encompasses about 11,300 Dunkin' Donut restaurants and 7,500 Baskin-Robbins locations. Second, Dunkin' Donut has centralized manufacturing location, CML, where products are delivered fresh daily. Centralized production is another element of supply chain that is designed to support growth for the Dunkin' Donut brand. Centralized manufacturing locations are franchise-owned and operated facilities for the centralized production of donut and bakery goods. The CML deliver freshly baked product to Dunkin' Donut restaurant on a daily basis and are designed to provide consistent quality product with simplified restaurant level operation. As of December 26, 2015, there were 106 CML of varying size and capacity in the US. CML are an important part of franchise economic and are supportive of profit-building initiatives as well as protecting brand quality standard and consistency. In addition, number one in customer loyalty, Dunkin' Donut recognized as the first in coffee category for 8 consecutive years by the Brand Key Customer Loyalty Engagement Index. Brand Key has named Dunkin' the first brand for the customer loyalty in out-of-home coffee category. Dunkin' is also first in the packaged coffee category as well for the 8th straight years. For 25 years, Brand Key, a New York-based brand engagement and customer loyalty research consultancy, has issued an annual customer loyalty engagement index to identify the brands that are meeting or exceeding customer expectations. In the coffee category, the honors were based on consistently meeting customer expectations for the taste, quality, services, and brand value. Weaknesses of Dunkin' Brand Group. There are few weaknesses of Dunkin' Brand Group. The first thing first, does not offer healthy option for healthy conscious customer. Dunkin' Donut unveiled a new spring menu prompting a flurry of excitement from the food chain's biggest fan and a series of serious warning from health experts about the calorie-laden food option, some of which contain more than half of an adult recommended daily intake of salt. The new menu contains 5 new food options: 2 340 calorie cheesecake filled donut, 1 380 calorie loaded bagel, 1 640 calorie chicken fillet pretzel bun, and low-fat 210 calorie steak and cheese wrap. This is a new menu laden with calories and fat. Many of these calories are considered empty calories, meaning that they have little or none nutrition value, said by cardiologist Dr. Kevin. Secondly, the company's financial risk is high due to the high debt to equity ratio. As of December 31, 2016, Dunkin' Donut had total indebtedness of approximately $2.5 billion under securities debt facility, excluding $25.9 million of undrawn letter of credit and $74.1 million of unused commitment. Lastly, Dunkin brand has limited control over employees at restaurant because they are employed and paid by franchise. Of the 9,734 US franchise restaurants, 90 were sites owned by the company and leased to the franchise. 872 were leased by the Dunkin and in turn subleased to the franchise, with the remainder either owned or leased directly by the franchise. Dunkin brand has significant history of lawsuits with its franchise. In 2010 alone, the company experienced a legal battle with 15 separate owners, and while those that have opened franchise over the course of the company history have been able to fatten their wallet. This history of bad relationship could be enough to deter the potential investor from entering the DNKN family, particularly with nothing that the bevy of successfully franchised in similar price range.
Hi, I am Nuruda Shakira. So this is the competitive profile matrix for Dunkin brands. So basically, the NKN stands for Dunkin brands, SBUX is Starbucks, and KKD is Krispy Kreme. From viewing the competitive profile matrix, Dunkin brand ranks the second out of its two main competitors, which is Starbucks and Krispy Kreme, in its total critical success factors. The company's low ranking stems from their weaker financial profit, top management, union relations, and lower product quality. However, Dunkin brand still dominates its two competitors over price competitiveness, advertising, customer loyalty, social responsibility, and in global expansion.
So I will explain about the SWOT analysis of the competitive profile matrix. Dunkin Donuts is faced with a competitive environment because many big rivals are under major threat, including Starbucks and Krispy Kreme donut, which come from Starbucks with the most important threat. Although the share of the market is 33.3% for Dunkin Donuts, it is 44.4% for Starbucks. Although bigger rivals and chains are a greater threat to overall profit losses, it is certainly worth mentioning local cafes. In the coffee and snack industry, rivals will be able to compete in terms of product quality, service quality, and price. Product quality may vary depending on the type of beans purchased, the best way to prepare coffee, and food products, and the presentation of those products. While Starbucks can more easily standardize processes and product quality, due to Dunkin Donuts' choice of franchise, they may face a more difficult time presenting a standardized quality product. This may be due to less appropriate training practices or to the execution of training procedures across stores. Another method in which Starbucks or other rivals can compete for quality is through service and atmosphere. While Dunkin Donuts has historically provided a quick stop shopping experience, Starbucks provides an atmosphere in which customers feel comfortable enough to stay and relax or work. This could lead to more enjoyable customer experiences as well as repeated purchases at every customer visit, but could also contribute to higher costs and be outside the Dunkin Donuts strategy. The higher cost of creating service quality and atmosphere may allow Dunkin Donuts to compete with price rivals. Coffee or snack is a one-time short-lived purchase and it requires little to switch brands. There are a few factors that could increase switching costs. Starbucks has a very specific ordering system and set of options, and customers will need to relearn the titles for size and ingredients. This may also contribute to brand loyalty if the customer feels attached to his or her drink with a list of editions. Also, reward programs such as the Starbucks Gold Card may be an opportunity cost to switch to another coffee brand. For Dunkin Donuts, the organization is running a similar system called DD Benefits Rewards. Customer loyalty in this industry can generally be high. So I will explain about the strengths. For its high quality food and beverage products, and particularly coffee, Dunkin's brand has built a reputation. Dunkin is also renowned for being able to serve busy breakfast commuters quickly and conveniently. Dunkin Donuts also uses Arabica coffee beans at a rate of 100% and has its own coffee standards known as a superior coffee standard by the industry. Both Dunkin Donuts brands and Baskin Robbins are very mindful of consumers, with Dunkin Donuts 94% and Baskin Robbins 92%. The business has a 52% market share of part-time breakfast visit and a 47% share of total QSR coffee by serving nearly 6 times as much as the nearest rival. Dunkin brands almost 100% franchise business model protects it from product volatility, minimize fixed operating costs, and allows management to concentrate on advertisement, creativity in the menu, and the creation of stores. Even though franchisees fund the vast majority of the costs of the new restaurant construction as well as advertisement, the company is able to expand the program with lower capital requirements than many of its rivals. During tough economic times, Dunkin can also have an advantage over Starbucks because of their affordable pricing and down-to-earth. Next, I will explain about the weaknesses. The balance sheet is highly leveraged with a debt to capital ratio of around 67%. The heavy indebtedness of the company and its relative illiquidity limit the financial stability of the company. However, analysts also expect debt declines in the long term due to solid free cash flow from Dunkin brands and positive growth prospects. Management also anticipates reduced interest costs as proceeds from the latest public offering have been used to pay off senior high-interest bills. Dunkin has a limited geographic core presence, and its brand recognition and loyalty is concentrated in the northeast of America. Then the opportunities. The brand strength in its core geographies suggests the opportunities for growth and expansion abound. Domestically, the western part of the United States represents an important opportunity for growth, where the brand has only a limited presence. While the West represents the highest population of any segment, it has the least brand penetration with just 129 stores compared to 3,768 in the central market. The international expansion is also a strong opportunity for growth. The organization has ambitions to accelerate the growth of both of its brands internationally. The company seen more than 3,500 net new openings internationally over the past decade. The firm plans to continue growing abroad in its existing core markets, such as Japan, South Korea, Middle East, while at the same time developing new markets where consumer demand is believed to be present. And the business confirmed its collaboration with NBA superstar LeBron James in March 2012 will begin marketing the ASEAN brands Dunkin Donuts and Baskin Robbins. The NBA has increased steadily in popularity in Asia. And last but not least, I will explain about the threats. As part of the restaurants industry's QSR division, Dunkin brand is facing intense competition based on product quality, design of restaurants, service, convenience, perception of value and price. The organization lists 7-Eleven, Burger King, Cold Stone Creamery, and so on as its main competition. Low entry barriers indicate new competition will unforeseenly arise. In particular, the company faces pressure from Starbucks in its coffee market as Dunkin continues pushing westward, where Starbucks is already firmly founded. Dunkin's dedication to the franchising model suggests financial outcomes are contingent on franchisees' operating performance. Brand recognition and reputation are also based on franchisees running the restaurant. There is also a possibility of lawsuits with franchisors. Dunkin Donuts sued other franchisee owners 154 times. McDonald's have been involved in 5 lawsuits over the same period, while Subway sued his franchise 12 times. Dunkin also was involved
in an additional 200 lawsuits against its franchisees in the following year, from the end of 2008 until 21 August 2009, the vast majority of which were brought by the corporation. Significant debt burdens may adversely affect the financial position of the company, namely by raising borrowing costs, restricting its ability to access additional financing, and raising the company's vulnerability to adverse changes in global economic conditions, or exposing the company to increased integer use, increases in commodity prices, or supply constraints can adversely affect revenues. The prices of Arabica coffee, the high quality bean used by Dunkin and most of its rivals, have seen a turbulent past in recent years. Prices rose early last year, reaching a 24-year high in March 2011 due to concerns of a shortage. Prices have risen by more than $3 per pound due to weak crops in Colombia and Mexico, and are worried that harvesting in Brazil, the world's top coffee exporter, will be lower than previously anticipated. Since then, though, a lot has changed. From its high $2,089 per pound almost a year ago, prices have fallen by nearly 40%, and Arabica has been the worst performing agricultural commodity this year, down almost 20% since the beginning of 2012. While inventories of high-quality beans are still low, the risk of shortage has vanished as Brazil is expected to see a bumper harvest this year. Changes in consumer taste and expectation or medical opinions about the health effects of the brand's primary products, such as coffee, donuts, and other baked goods and ice cream, that negatively affect revenues.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Shakira binti Muhammad Aziz Jam, and I am going to talk about Potter's 5 forces for Dunkin brand. The first one is trade of new entrants. For coffee shop and ice cream shop, it has low barrier to entry this kind of industry due to lower amount of capital needed to start up the small coffee and ice cream business. Most of the new coffee and ice cream shop will come up with lower prices compared to the existing company. Besides, various of new products will be introduced by the new business as they manage to innovate existing coffees and beverage recipes to make it more fascinating to customers. Not only that, cutting cost of operation also has to become one of the strategy used by the new entrants so that they manage to maintain their position during competition with bigger firms such as Dunkin brands, Starbucks and Krispy Kreme. Although existing large companies able to safeguard their position and overcome all these challenges like Dunkin brands, the companies still need to focus on sustaining their competitive edge. Therefore, we could say that the level of new entrants threat faced by Dunkin, which involve Dunkin Donut and Baskin Robbins, is on moderate level where they can apply several approaches to tackle the threats. As an example, according to their annual report in 2019, Dunkin started to focus on innovation of products from time to time. The firm creates better menu by following the current trends such as increase in vegan, vegetarian and non-dairy option. Okay, next is bargaining power of suppliers. Most of the suppliers in coffee and beverage industry has low bargaining power as there are many available suppliers for those materials used by the company. Due to numerous products offered by the firm, normally the restaurant need to deal with multiple suppliers to get their raw materials. Additionally, the raw materials used by the firm in producing the goods will define the quality of the product itself. Basically, the higher the quality of raw materials, the higher the outcome will be. Thus, it will increase profits and reputation of the firm as customer will have good judgment towards all companies' coffee and beverage. However, dominant supplier which is known to supply coffee and snacks products will have high bargaining power, and this will lead to reducing in profitability even for Dunkin brands. Therefore, it is significant for a company to find the best supplier that is easy to deal with in long term of period and have high quality of raw materials with reasonable price. According to Dunkin in 2017, Dunkin still holds realistic power in terms of bargaining compared to their suppliers, although Dunkin brands know the supply chain power for supplier. This condition make there is less negotiation between them, which help Dunkin Donut and Baskin Robbins prevent any disputes regarding the supplies. And next, is bargaining power of buyers. Normally, the buyers will have high bargaining power in several forms of businesses. However, it is different for coffee and beverage industries such as Dunkin brands. The buyer in this kind of business category have low bargaining power compared to other business like airline industry. Most of the customers in coffee and snacks business prefers to observe hygiene and quality of any products and services before focusing on the price. This is because usually the price of coffee and beverage is not too much and they can afford to buy cup of coffee, donut and ice cream. Hence, they will focus on the hygiene and quality offers by the company which satisfy the level of comfortability. For Dunkin brands, the firm emphasize on these areas to draw attention of buyers so that they are willing to pay more price for better quality and service. For example, Dunkin brands enhance their coffee and ice cream shop by modernizing the design of the store as well as providing new equipment and technology for operation of business. It helps to appeal customer for better experience with Dunkin brands, which involve Dunkin Donut and Baskin-Robbins shops. They also focus on product innovation by collaborating with Beyond Meat for new menus such as sandwich. Okay, next is trade from substitute products. There is high trade from substitute product for coffee and ice cream store, especially when there are several unique products modified from existing products, effects from the creativity of other firms. As Dunkin brands is one of the largest company for coffee and beverage products, normally they aim for increasing their competitive edge for their survival such as brand image, highly skill level and other. It is important for every company to have their own competitive advantage as it will differentiate them from one and another. Through these attributes, Dunkin wish to grow and strengthen customer loyalty and satisfaction to increase rate of repurchase in future. Basically, the higher the satisfaction, the higher the chance for customer loyalty, and thus it will increase opportunity for repurchase the product. For instance, Dunkin brands has participated in simplifying their menu to boost the convenience of customers, speed of service, as well as accuracy of menu due to less mistake made during the buying and selling process. And last one is rivalry among the existing players. Rivalry among the existing players in coffee and beverage industry has high competition due to numerous of rivalry for Dunkin brands such as Starbucks Krispy Kreme and other medium or small size of coffee and snack shop. The strong competition in this business has led the firms to gain lower profits. In order for their survival, they need to improve and foster competitive advantage of the firm to distinguish them from their competitors and become the chosen coffee shop by many customers. Creation of comprehensive strategy in dealing with their competitors is needed so that they won't use ineffective ways which cause them to failure in defeating their opponents. Among the strategy used by the Dunkin brands, the application of Dunkin known as Dunkin apps has been updated to meet customers' convenience for on-the-go mobile ordering, which is the drive-thru, delivery and catering. Also, Chief Executive Officer of Dunkin brands named Travis stated that one of the Dunkin strategic plan of 3 years focus on menu innovation, accessibility and improve customer experiences by changing menu boards after 11 am so that the morning coffee and afternoon coffee experience will be different. In conclusion, Dunkin brand is one of the most recognized fast-service restaurant in coffee and beverage industry as worldwide. Their strong existence in the market can be seen from the rate of customer loyalty which has been continuously achieved by them as they manage to provide the most convenient service to the customers. Most of Dunkin customers satisfied with the service provided by them and help Dunkin brands to perform better than some of its opponents. However, the strong competition among coffee and beverage business has become more intense. In accordance with the world advancement, it requires Dunkin brands to strive in improving their weaknesses and avoid any sort of business traits that may harm them in present and future, either traits from the external or internal factor. In order for Dunkin to expand their brands, they must able to take advantage on their opportunity to become the best in their industry. Besides, Dunkin brands, which includes Dunkin Donut and Baskin-Robbins, also succeed to dominate its competitors in terms of advertising, which is considered memorable as it attracts people's interest due to logo and catchy slogan used by them. That's all from us. Thank you.
Want that ice cream cake? Get that ice cream cake. Anywhere you go, bring that ice cream cake. Want that ice cream cake? Get that ice cream cake. Anywhere you go, bring that ice cream cake. What you bringing to the party?